Man, we hope you're having an amazing time over the last several weeks talking about friendship and diving into the subject of what it looks like to be a friend. That's what we're talking about. And you know, I was thinking about my high school days. Back in the day, I had a best friend. His name was Craig Robertson. Craig was just a good friend of mine. We grew up, we were inseparable in high school. Where he went, I went. We played basketball together. We ate food at his house, ate food at my house. If he was there, I wasn't far behind, and vice versa, man. We did everything together. Matter of fact, the school gave us a nickname. They called us Dumb and Dumber, based off the movie, Harry and Lloyd at the time. And let me just tell you, lesser men would have had a problem with this. Lesser men would have shunned this, but no. We embraced it. We embraced it, the Harry and Lloyd, all of it. We, in our own minds, were our own famous friend duo, like Batman and Robin, or Lone Ranger and Tonto, or Laverne and Shirley, Dak and Zeke. Come on, you know what I'm talking about. Great, famous duos. So it brought me to wonder this, and I want you to start today with this question. What is your favorite friend duo and why? There's tons to choose from, lots of famous friend duos. Take a moment, pause the video, talk about what's your favorite friend duo and why. Jonathan and David are one of the most famous friend duos in all of Scripture. As a matter of fact, in the book of 1 Samuel, it records their amazing friendship. So Jonathan was the son of a king. He was a prince. He was designated to become the next king. David was a young warrior who had just defeated Goliath, and conquest was on the minds and the hearts of all the people of Israel. This was an unlikely pair to become friends. A warrior who is popular among the people, and the prince who would be the next king. But something brought them together. There was something about their friendship that is unique throughout Scripture and is an example to us. I want to take a moment to dive into what was unique about their friendship and what was something we can learn from their friendship. So after David's victory against Goliath, a story that, man, even if you didn't grow up in church, you know about David and Goliath, this young little kid who took down a warrior for a kingdom. After this, David was incredibly popular and would very much threaten someone who was called to be king. In 1 Samuel 18, 1-4, it says this: As soon as he had finished speaking to Saul, the soul of Jonathan was knit with the soul of David. And Jonathan loved him as his own soul. And Saul took him that day and would not let him return to his father's house. Then Jonathan made a covenant with David because he loved him as his own soul. And Jonathan stripped himself of the robe that was on him and gave it to David, and his armor, and even his sword, his bow, and his belt. Man, this is a picture of somebody that, man, wasn't threatened. You know, Jonathan wasn't threatened by David. As a matter of fact, he chose, after his victory and when his position could be taken away from him, instead he chose friendship. He chose to love him. Later on in the story, if you keep reading in 1 Samuel, you're going to find that multiple times Jonathan defends David when his father, King Saul's trying to kill him. Man, there's a real genuine care for one another, a love for one another that they have as friends. This is amazing to me because this is really what a friend does. A friend loves. In 1 Corinthians 13, God defines love. And the way God defines love is different than the way we define love. When we say someone loves us, what do we really mean? Today in your group, you're going to use 1 Corinthians 13 to talk about what does love look like and how is love to be expressed between friends. So here's the question I want you guys to ask today in your group as you begin. Can you describe a time when a friend showed you love in a significant way? Just like Jonathan showed David love through defending him and not being threatened that David might take his own position, his own crown one day. Has anyone ever loved you significantly in that way, or sacrificially as a friend, given up of themselves for you? Take a moment to talk about that amongst your group. You're going to have an amazing discussion today, and I hope that you'll join us next week for the same discussion in this group, but also at Mid-Cities on Sunday mornings. Invite your friends and family. We're going to have a great time.